is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Wednesday morning. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey, and Scotty's beautiful Michael J. Fox Studios in Beverly Hills, California, as the Devils win a nail-biter 6-5 in Vancouver. Lots to go over. Hello, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch. Hello, everybody. Scotty, what a game.
What a game.
Yeah.
They pull it off. Didn't know if they were going to, but they magically pulled it off this evening as we get started on the very special marathon edition of the Devils After Dark program here, just for Sam Wu, because we all know Sam Wu wants to stay up to 3 a.m. tonight while we do our podcast over here. Right, Sam?
I told you in a production meeting a couple weeks ago, if they lose 30 minutes or less, if they win, you do whatever you want, Scotty.
Well, the Devils did pull it off. You know, it's like what we like to say here at the old podcast, where there's a woo, there's a way. And that's, you know, what the Devils did today. They got 6 big giant woos to put up a W on the board. Let's talk about it. Game number 23 of the season on the road up there in Vancouver, starting this West Coast swing. And we had the hat trick of Hughes brothers out there on the ice. 43, 43, and 86. All lining up before the game. Get a nice little picture. Luke Hughes getting caught with the old hot mic. Ooh, hot mic with the Grant Marshallness over there. Luke, hey, well, what the are we doing over here? Luke's been hanging out in Jersey for a little while, it seems like. But we have the hat trick of Hughes, Quinn, Jack, Luke. Vitek Vanacek is in net. Eric Holla back in the lineup. We get to see, hey, Ronaldo. Woo! Some victory bucks. Where there's a woo, there's a way for Ronaldo as well. Thank you very much, sir, for the super chat on YouTube. But Eric Hall back in the lineup. That's a big get for these Devils. And Max as well. Whoa, man. Another woo! Super chat with the victory bucks over there. And the 99 cents as well. Thank you, Max. Oh, man. Yeah. And by the way, all 3 Hughes brothers on the score sheet at the end of the night, which is really good to see. Of course, Jack with the 3-point game once again. But the Devils get to take a look at one of the trade pieces that they missed out on. And he really went for basically nothing here. Nikita Zadorov out of Calgary, now over there on the Vancouver Canucks. And by the way, those Canucks retros, they look like they're out of like a B movie from like the late 70s or early 80s. But I got to say, I liked the flat matte black helmet, the matte finish that they have. I can't really recall. Maybe it's, because the Devils don't use that, but I can't recall another team. I'm sure someone else does, but I can't recall off the top of my head. But it looked good. I've always wondered what that would look like on the ice. Because out here in LA where I am, the Kings, they wear those like glowing silver helmets that look ridiculous. But the matte finish looked pretty good. I wonder how maybe that might look nice for an all black winter a Stadium Series uniform for the Devils. We'll have to see. We will have to wait and see. But like that matte finish over there with those old retro unis for the Canucks. And this game started out here with a goal. 3 minutes and 40 seconds into it. Even strength once again by your New Jersey Hockey Devils. Nico Hischier, I think, originally was on, or maybe it was the Eric Haula goal, but I think he was actually on this Bratt goal originally, but they removed the assist for him. So now only Jonas Siegenthaler gets the assist, his 5th on Jesper Bratt's 9th, and this was a 2-on-1. That I thought Nico sprung them on, but I guess maybe he didn't touch the puck. Either way, Bratt and Andre Palat come up the ice. Is he going to pass? Is he going to shoot? Is he going to pass? He's going to shoot. Jesper Bratt's hanging on to it for a really long time. He's doing the toe drag. He's got the skate heel up. You know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm just going to shoot it and score right there. Beats Thatcher Demko down low for his 9th of the year. 1-0 Devils. Like we said, even strength, 3:40 into the game. And then that guy that used to play across the river over there, JT Miller, who's been putting up some points for the Canucks now for a number of years. I mean, obviously he got a big contract and everything, but he's got I didn't realize he's got 14 goals already this season after this play, which was a power play goal. Ugh, that penalty kill for the Devils still causing troubles. And they took too many penalties tonight again. But a power play goal for the Canucks, and this one really was all about the stick failure, the twig snap for Mikey McLeod. He's trying to obviously defend there without a stick. He charges over to the bench to try and get a new one real quick. But when he does that, it leaves our good friend and buddy, John, don't call me Dan, laces out, isotoner gloves, Marino, alone in front with 2 Canucks. And the last time I checked, it's kind of hard for one guy to cover 2. Yeah, unless you're Zdeno Chara, then you could reach out like that. But unfortunately, John Marino is not 7 foot tall in skates. He is actually a normal human being. So Marino is left outnumbered there in front. There's a shot by, what was it? Besser, I think. And then it went off Vitek Vanacek, and JT Miller was able to pounce on that rebound. VV was kind of left out there. So, yep, kind of a tough one there on Vanacek, but some of the other ones he let in tonight, he was leaving some juicy rebounds out there in the first and a little bit in the third period as well. Second period, both goalies played much better, but Vanacek, a little shaky tonight. Either way, 1-1 power play goal there for the Canucks. Miller, his 14th. Besser, his 12th assist. Elias Pettersson, his 23rd assist of the season. Those are Hughesian numbers right there. Jack and Quinn. Moving on, the man who just made his return, then makes his presence felt. Just over a minute later at 9:51, we get an even strength goal for the hollaback. Ain't no holla back, girl. That doesn't sound right when you're talking about Eric Haula. But either way, I know that's the song that they play for him in the arena, so we'll just go for it. Haula is back on the ice, playing with his buddy Jack Hughes. You know Jack loves playing with Eric Haula. And this was a play where the puck got dumped into the corner. That's right. This one got dumped into the corner. And then Jack kind of let off of it because was it Zadorov or someone on the Canucks defense was going in there. Okay. And instead of taking the massive hit, he just lets them get the puck. However, they try to move the puck up around the boards, and Jack is right there to cut it off. So smart play by Jack Hughes. And then he just fires a pass right across to Eric Haula, who kind of like just, touch receives it to himself and like kind of pushes the puck a little bit forward on that pass. Doesn't just get it right on the stick, kind of takes it and then pushes it forward. And then he's able to go around and wrap it around Thatcher Demko for his 7th. Eric Haula, his 7th. I don't think he got his 7th goal last year until February after that first half of the season for him. But Eric Haula has already got his 7th goal of the season, even strength at 9:51, coming from Jack Hughes. His 22nd assist of the season. 2-1 Devils. And they were not done there in the first period. The Canucks, by the way, they are a good team. Did you see that power play of theirs? They were moving that puck side to side, crisscross, much like we're used to seeing the Devils do. Vancouver's, oh man, they are nasty. Now they got Zadorov as well. Woo! But anyway, Devils are on the PK. Great puck movement. Besser had a backhand stop by Vivi. Vivi. That's how I write it on my nose. Vanacek. And he was basically on his stomach, flat on his stomach forward. And then he kicked his leg out the side, and he was just able to stop the Besser. I think he was on a backhand. It might have been his forehand. I can't remember. But just off the skate there. Great save by Vanacek. And then Nico. Oh, thank you, Nico Hischier. The Canucks basically had a wide open side of the net. Again, with their passing, they had the Devils moving all over the place. And Nico Hischier goes in there and turns the old backside towards someone. I don't remember. They let the shot go. But Nico, big stop. Shot block right there. And patoom, clears the puck down the ice. Right after that, at 17:06, Jumpin' Jack Flash knows he's got mom and dad up there in the stands. Everyone's got a spotlight on this game, but the hat trick of Hughes. Jack says, well, 1 assist is not enough for me. I would like a goal. And he gets this one. Are you ready for this now? What is Jack Hughes' weakest part of the game? Weakest part of his game? We know. Face-off circle. All right? He hasn't been, top. He's not like Nico or Mikey McLeod or something like that. He needs to improve there. We know that. But this, after Eric Holla gets kicked out of the face-off circle, Jack Hughes goes in there and he wins the O-zone face-off. And eventually, he gets the puck on kind of a shot. We'll call it a shot. More like a pass, or maybe we'll call it a pass, even though it was a shot. Maybe that's a better way to phrase it over there. Kevin Ball tried to get a shot on net, but oh boy, it worked out to be a dandy of a pass instead. As Jack Hughes is right there, and he receives the pass by kicking it with his skate to his backhand. And then again, around Thatcher Demko, he puts it home for his 10th of the year, 17:06 of the first period. Assist going to Kevin Ball, his 4th. 3-1 Devils. And you're thinking, wow, 3 goals in the first period. We don't see that very often. It's a nice response after that San Jose Sharks loss, which, by the way, I just want to point this out. San Jose Sharks, we lost 6-3. They put up 5 goals against the Rangers the following night, and then they beat the Islanders tonight in OT by putting up 5 goals as well. So maybe they're making up for some lost time there with their woeful beginning of the season. And Sharks are actually getting a little healthy too. So I know we were all doom and gloom, but now a little day after analysis over here. Maybe it wasn't as bad. It was bad. The Devils lost to the Sharks, but maybe not as bad as we were making it out to be. But either way, 3-1. Time for Mikey McLeod to get in on some action. And this comes at, 18:42 of the first period. Another even strength goal. Mikey McLeod gets his 5th of the year. This is a shot from Curtis Lazar at the point that gets deflected out on the far side of the net by Nathan Bastian, which then cuts back towards, this is like the magic bullet or the magic loogie from Seinfeld. And it causes Newman to drop his baseball cap. Bastian gets it and deflects back right to Mikey McLeod, who's able to put that home for his 5th of the year. Some nice puck bouncing right over there for McLeod to jump on that rebound. Bastian gets a 2nd assist. Curtis Lazar gets number 4. 18:42. Woo! Another super chat, I'm going to assume. So let me just look at the chat real quick. What? Where'd it go? Oh, another Max. Another Max over there. Excellent. Where there's a woo, there's a way. That's what we're talking about. But Mikey McLeod, where are we? He gets his 5th from Lazar, his 4th. Devils up 4-1. 4-1 in the first period. However, the Canucks do get one back Just under a minute later, Dakota Joshua gets his 4th of the year. This was another shot from the point, partial deflection. Puck was kind of sitting in the slot a little bit. Again, Vitek Vanecek was leaving some rebounds.
Woo!
Woo! Another super chat? Good golly. Let me get over there now. Steven Herschel wailing the Canucks. Oh, they were harpooned, my friend. The way Sam Wu likes it. But Dakota Joshua got his 4th of the year. Puck was sitting. Oh, yeah, that's right. So the puck is sitting there, right? And there's a little bit of a scramble, and Vitek tries to push it away with his stick. But Joshua was able to grab it, and he stick handles, does like a little stick handle right around Vitek Vanecek, who stretched out, but he just cannot make the save on this one. 4-2 at the end of the first period. 4-2. What in the hell is going on over here? Devils put up 4 goals in the first period against the Vancouver Canucks. Felt like they should have put up 4 goals against the San Jose Sharks in the first period. But alas, here we are with the Hughes brothers. And then in the second period was very much the goalie show, because Vitek stopped giving up those big rebounds. And Thatcher Demko made a number of really good saves on some Devils opportunities as well. VV had a big one where he gobbled up a shot. Was it by Miller or was it by Besser? It might have been by Besser. And he read that play beautifully. And he came sliding across in the butterfly stance, knees together, closing up that 5-hole. He was able to eat that puck up. And then the Devils eventually get a power play. This was after Quinn Hughes jumped on the ice a little bit too early and started playing the puck before his counterpart was able to make it over the bench. Too many men on the ice. Sorry about that, old Quinn. The Devils get a bunch of good opportunities. Somehow, the puck does not go in the net. Like a lot of scrambles. Like I said, Demko and Vanecek played a lot better in the second period. First and third for both goalies, not so much. But the second period, they were on it. The Devils then got a penalty. They had a penalty kill. Marino got called for an interference call. They killed that off. And then the Devils get another power play right at the end of the second period. That was Dakota Joshua who scored the goal, tripping Luke Hughes. And I'm thinking, okay, 45 seconds left in the second. This is probably going to bleed over into the third period. Maybe we can get one right off the bat when the third starts. And Luke Hughes says, whoa, slow down. I don't want to be the only Hughes brother not on the score sheet tonight. Jack's already got 2 points. I'm gonna go score this goal. And that's exactly what he did. On the power play, Devils keeping the puck in the zone, and it's kind of bouncing around a little bit, and it eventually kind of deflects back out towards Luke, who grabs it, moves in a little bit, and he's able to shoot the puck far side, high glove side. Woo! Nasty shot. Lots of traffic in front. Demko didn't have a chance at this one. What a beauty of a shot. Watch the replay of it. I mean, he picked it in that upper top hand corner. All-star type of shot, or dare I say, rookie of the year type of shot from Luke Hughes. His 4th of the year, coming from who? You know who? Big brother, who is shorter than him, but whatever. Jack Hughes, jumping Jack Flash, gets his 23rd assist of the year. Devils score on a power play, PPG, to end the second period at 19:26, 5-2 Devils. And also, Kevin Ball, Mikey McLeod having some good hits in that second period. So now you're thinking, okay, 5-2, all right. You know, maybe we've taken the wind out of the sails of the Canucks over here, and we'll have a smooth sailing third period. But we know our Devils, right? They don't like to make things super easy. No, of course not. They like to blow leads. And blow leads, oh, they did. A 3-goal lead in one period. Less than one period. They blew this lead. Unfriggin' believable. Devils on the PK because Eric Halla took his second minor of the game. Don't like seeing that, Eric. Nico Hischier had a great intercept of a pass at the blue line and clear. John Marino, woo, baby. Did he have a poke of the puck at the end of that power play with the Canucks? It was their defender was coming in after the loose puck in front, and Marino was kind of and then he's able to kind of dive with a stretch of that stick, and he pokes the puck away and able to clear it out of the zone and kill off that penalty. Great kill by Nico Hischier and John Marino. But then Brock Boeser scores at 7:02 of the third period to make it 5-3. Canucks dump it in, but Siegenthaler doesn't get it out of the zone. On the backhand, he tries to get it to go around the boards. It goes right around the boards and whoop, straight to J2 Miller, who's sitting there to stop the puck. He gets it, and a quick cross pass as Brock Boeser is driving to the net. Nate Bastian is trying to catch up for the back check, but obviously a little too late there, Nate. And Boeser gets his 18th of the year, coming from JT Miller, now his 24th assist. 5-3 Vancouver Canucks. And then about 7 minutes later, oh boy, after a face-off win, a defensive zone face-off win by Nico Hischier, he pokes the puck forward, but it gets just out of the reach of Jesper Bratt, which allows Vancouver to get possession. Quinn Hughes. So Quinn got on the scoreboard as well. This is where he made his name heard. Actually, he's on these last two goals as well. And he puts it towards the net on a long-range shot. Lafferty is the one who gets the goal, his 7th of the year, 5-4, even strength goal at 13:58. And you're thinking, oh boy, 5-3, 5-4. Oh, they got like 6 minutes left. This is not fun. This is not fun here. This was a 5-2 lead, 13 minutes ago, and a smooth sailing opportunity. And the Devils are allowing the Canucks to get right back into this game. And then finally, the Lafferty was the tip. Woo! That was actually a really nice tip. Then this next goal, another one from far that JT Miller and Quinn Hughes get the assist on. Quinn Hughes, by the way, this is his 27th assist. Even strength goal at 16:34. So about 2.5 minutes later, the Canucks tie it up. And you're just like, oh boy. Here we go. Here we go again. That was a 5-2 lead going into the third period, and they somehow found a way to blow it. And you're just thinking all the momentum is now riding with Vancouver. Everyone knows all the Hughes boys are in the house. Everyone's pumped up. But obviously Vancouver, they want to win it for Quinn. So I was not feeling good. I was not feeling good about this game. I was thinking either A, Vancouver's going to win it right at the end of regulation, or this is going to go to a shootout and we're going to end up losing in the shootout. That's all that was thinking in my mind. But then, our good friend, our 7th round pick from years ago, who many other teams said, nah, that's okay. We don't need to draft him. He's not going to turn out to be anything special. He's not going to be someone you want to give a long-term high contract to because he's going to be a franchise-type player. We don't need Jesper Bratt on our team. And I'm very happy to say that the Devils said, thank you, we'll take him. Because that kid has turned into a superstar. And Jesper Bratt, at 19:26, under a minute to go, he saves the bacon for the old Devils. Being at the side of the net, another long-range shot with traffic in front. It was a theme of the night. These long-range shots with the traffic. But Thatcher Demko, who was the shot from? I think the shot was from Nico, right? Or maybe it was Kevin Ball, and then Nico had a touch on it as well because he was in the front of the net. So Kevin Ball put the shot on goal. Hits Demko in the leg pad, kind of comes out. I guess Nico gets a little stick on it. It goes right over to Jesper Bratt. who's at the side of the net. I mean, wide open. And he didn't make the mistake like he did, I don't know, what was it, two or three games ago where he shot the one over the net and everyone was like, oh, that game where Jack hit the post, the inside of the post, Luke hit the inside of the post, and then Jesper shot it over the top of the net. And it was like, ah, well, that mistake did not happen tonight. Jesper Bratt buried that bad boy for the game winner. The Devils put the 6-pack on the board. A 6-pack of Ann Crew Brew, the official beer of the Let's Go Devils podcast and network, making memories, as Samuel likes to say, one crew at a time. And I think we're going to have to use this more often. Where there's a woo, there's a way. All right. Jesper Bratt gets the winner for the Devils, his 10th. Hischier his 4th assist. Kevin Ball his 5th. 6-5 Devils. They get the first win on the first game of this road trip. Shots on goal for the Canucks, 13-7-13 for a total of 33. Devils 9-10-13 for a total of 32. Devils 1 for 2 on the power play.
Woo!
Woo! Another super chat. Going to get to that just a little bit. The Canucks out-hit the Devils 33-24. Canucks had 14 block shots. Devils had 6. Devils had the edge in face-off wins 34-27. They win. Sam Wu, you were watching this game. And Joseph Lanham, holy hell. Yes, fire Ray Ferraro. I was like, oh boy, Ray's on here too? I thought we were only gifted with him on the ESPN broadcast. I'm sorry, out here for me in LA, I didn't get the Devils broadcast. It was on the NHL network and they were giving me the Vancouver feed. So I didn't get my daily dose of Captain Bill Spaulding and Mr. Devil Ken Danico, so I feel a little robbed.
Yeah, and Luke Hughes, Grant marshalling himself on live air.
Oh yeah, that was right at the beginning of the game. Like I said, yeah, hot mic there. Hot mic, ooh, hot mic there, Luke. But the Devils pull it off, they win. Want to know what you think about it? Everyone's up for this true edition of Devils After Dark. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter, X, Twitch, wherever the hell. I don't care. Instagram, say hello as we say hello to the king of the football calls himself, banished to the dungeon of Mrs. Wu's palace. That's right. Sam. By God, Wu. Sam, tell me about this game and your perspective.
Well, Scotty, I'm kind of a plugging whore, but, I say a lot of stupid things. Well, you can, for $5, you can order a cameo from me, Sam Wu. Click on the link in the YouTube live chat. Anyway, at Primetime Sam Wu on Cameo.
Oh, is that what that is I see there? Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I figured the holidays, people want, maybe a Hanukkah message or a Christmas message or a Kwanzaa message or just me ranting. Or if you've got a Canucks fan in the office and you want me to, talk some smack, it helps the podcast. It helps the Mrs. Wu Fund, so I can,
We may have to have a make a Sam salad with Sam, cameo, where Sam makes a Sam salad for you and he shows you all the special ingredients and everything like that. So get it ready. Get your cameos ready. That's up there. The link is there. And yes, Tom, I'm sorry. I think I said 7th rounder. Jesper Bratt was a 6th rounder. My bad. I am definitely not perfect. But Sam, besides the cameos, besides the Sam salads, besides being banished to Mrs. Wu's dungeon, what'd you think of this game?
All right. All seriousness, they had to respond after losing to the Sharks. And there were so many days in between. They couldn't practice the next day because of collective bargaining agreement rules after that loss against the Sharks because it was the second half of a back-to-back. So
saved by the CBA, huh?
Yeah. And they went to work on Sunday, and they traveled cross-continent. The whole Hughes Bowl hype, the Hughes brothers, everything. They put up 4 goals in the first period against a very good Vancouver Canucks team. So there you got to give some credit to the team. And, oh, my goodness.
Woo!
Stephen Herschel
Grant Marshall.
again.
A Grant Marshall swear jar.
Wow.
We're gonna have to get someone's gonna have to make a picture of one of those old mason jars, just with like Grant Marshall name like scratched on it or something like that.
You know what? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And 4 goals. I mean, that was a wild first period. It was just wild, wild. Because the Devils just kept on coming. And the second period, I thought it was pretty even. Canucks were trying to come back. But that third period, I don't know if you saw what I saw, Scotty. Again, this team just sat back a little bit. They were doing pretty well in the beginning of the third period, but then everything started to unravel. But to their credit, when they needed a goal, Jesper Bratt, they had quality chances on goal against Vancouver. So I don't know what to make of that. I know Beer Baron was just in the group text. He was just like on a roller coaster ride of emotions. But I will say that you need better goaltending, but you also need to help your goaltender out. My goodness, there were so many saves that Vitek Vanacek had that kept him in this game. A 6-5 game, like, look, I've already kind of resorted to, they can't play defense. They just can't right now. I would go with your strengths right now. Your youth, your speed, and Nemitz and Luke. What is there?
Ted is saying hi to Beer Baron.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hi, Beer. Anyway.
His name is Ann Crew, Ted. Come on. His name is Ann Crew.
Yeah. Well, JP says it right. Like, they have no beef. And you saw, and you know, the Devils need the beef. They really do. I mean, they didn't get pushed around tonight, but that JT Miller hit in the beginning of the game, it's like, that was nasty against Nemitz.
He put Nemec down. He put Holla down once or twice.
Yeah.
Someone else I think got put down from the Devils as well. I mean, like I said, Ball and McLeod kind of hit back a little bit, but I would definitely say the Canucks out hit the Devils tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, I know Ted wants to order a Ann Crew brew online. We'll get to that at another day, but. Here's the good news. The Devils responded. They didn't fool around tonight.
Right.
They simply just can't play defense, and their goaltending
for a little bit there in the third, yeah.
Their
suspect goaltending and prevent defense for them is not the way to win. We talked about this. Keep the pedal to the metal, boys. Offensive.
This is how they should do it, Scotty. Just make sure when you're putting the pressure, because if the puck's in the offensive zone, you're playing great defense. You just got to make sure that your 2 blue liners are hanging back on the blue line, not pinching in all the time. And then if the puck goes the other way, back check. Just back check and get back and support your fellow teammate. They did that at times during the game. I thought they did very well, but there were times where they were just, I wouldn't say they were lost, but they just missed assignments. You know, unfortunate plays. Some of them, you know, I think the game tying goal, I think it was just an unfortunate thing. I'm not going to harp on Vanacek. Now Vanacek was just kind of, you could tell he was frustrated and pissed when he was just like had that stare, but he figured out how to win. And there was a dangerous play at the last second. Last second. But Vanacek stood his ground, and Devils win. Ronaldo was asking, where was Holtz tonight? Holtz actually had a couple good plays, but yeah, I mean, you know, again, I didn't think he had a great game, but he did hustle. I did watch him
Yeah.
away from the puck. He did hustle. But Vancouver's a very, very, very good team. I mean, they've got a lot of weapons. Well coached by Rick Tocchet, who probably loves the Crabs out there in Vancouver. With his big hands just splitting them apart. He's probably pissed now. He's going to split a lot apart.
Oh, man. No, but Tocchet, he's a good coach. He's obviously got them fired up and going in the right direction. But you're 100% correct with Pettersson, JT Miller, Brock Besser. Now they got Zadorov there. Quinn Hughes, obviously. Vancouver is a stacked team. They're putting up points on that board no matter what each night. And you could see it when they were on the power play. They looked how the Devils usually look on the power play. I mean, their passing was crisp. They were going cross ice to get your goaltender go in the opposite direction and everything. Those are all those plays that the Devils are usually able to do with their speed. And Vancouver was able to match that on the power play tonight, and they looked really, really good. If it wasn't for a couple key blocks, by Nico Hischier, and that poke and clear by John Marino, the Vancouver might have scored on one of those other power plays as well. They were 1 for 4, but they could have very easily been 2 or 3 for 4. That part I was okay with. But the rest of the defense is still so Swiss cheese, and then the goaltending not being, elite level. I think that's fair to say, of Vitek Vanacek and Akira Schmid. I wouldn't call them elite NHL goaltenders. They are very serviceable, very capable. Might even go into the good category, but elite. I don't think you could throw that out there. And when you're giving up that many chances, you need a really elite goaltender to be able to keep you in some of these games. Hence the Devils blowing a 3-goal lead in like 15 minutes in the third period.
Mm-hmm. And, well, moving forward, Scotty, I mean...
And serves right over here. Every shot was into Vitek's leg pads, leaving huge. He was leaving big rebounds in that first period. Kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but it still came back to haunt him in the third.
Look, here's the good news. The Devils have a lot of talent, and on offense, they can score goals. That's the good news. The stuff on defense and the suspect goaltending, a lot of that is correctable. They just need to, because remember the Golden Knights. Aiden Hill.
Can we say mid goaltending? Okay, mid goaltending there, Shroom Goon. It's mid.
Yeah.
As the kids say. You're going to confuse Sam Wu with all these young terms over here.
Yeah. This mid goaltending can be solved via trade. It can be. I mean, the good news is the Devils can score. It's just a matter of just playing defense.
Yes. And there's still ways out there that the Devils may be able to improve that goaltending via trade, or does Fitzy stand pat, they on this season?
Tanev. You know what? I
strongly agree with this. Yes.
Would you do this, Scotty? And I'm gonna make a trade proposal.
Oh boy.
Maybe not so much because there's a couple. I mean, look, with Dougie out, would you, for leadership purposes, make a trade for both Tanev and Blake Coleman? If you can make it work.
Pickles? Man.
You bring that experience, that winning experience. 32 years old right now.
Yeah. What's his deal, though? How many more years is on there?
Probably about, I don't know. I would have to say maybe 3 or 4.
Oof. Probably not then for Pickles, unfortunately. That would be a serious commitment right there. And I feel like that's the role that Palat is supposed to be playing, and we're paying him $6 million. So I think that's enough, unless they end up trading Palat somehow. But I don't think they'll do that.
I'm not suggesting it. I'm just trying to get creative here. Because
Tanev, yes, especially for what the Canucks got Zadorov for, was basically like a third rounder and a fifth, I think. Like, give me a break. Yes, sign me up. Give me Chris Tanev for 2 draft picks. Yeah, I will take that in an absolute heartbeat.
I'm looking at Blake Coleman on the penalty kill. You know, I'm looking at him in that kind of special teams role, the third line. You know,
yeah, but it's just too much time on that contract. If he only had if it was this year and next year, then maybe. But another 3 to 4 years, no, I don't think you do that. Tanev is this year, and then next year is he a free agent next year? Or I think he's got one more year on his contract, and then he's a free agent. And don't forget, you bring in Tanev, that's a hell of a penalty killer right there. Yeah. Who's going to be a force on that back end, bringing that physical presence. I would much rather Tanev and a goaltender. I would love if we can somehow pry Saros out of Nashville, but I just don't know if Trotz is going to let him go. I mean, if Fitzy makes him a good enough offer, a smart enough offer, we're definitely going to have to kiss a good prospect goodbye with that, but would you be willing to trade like a draft pick and like a Seamus Casey for Saros?
Yeah.
The way Calgary's going, you could get Tanev a lot cheaper. So,
yeah, I just also want to give a shout out to Shalobi. He says, "Good to be with you. Live here in the UK, listening on my way to work." Are
you over in the UK? You over there in London? I'm gonna have to do my bad English accent. It's terrible. But you know who I love to listen to there, Samuel? I love to listen to the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
Actually, they're going to be out on tour, Rolling Stones. 2024.
You're supposed to tell me about how horrible my accent is.
Oh,
What's worse, my British accent or my Christopher Walken? Which I don't know. They might both be equally as horrible. Oh man, Nico Hischier. I'm telling you, fellas, you're gonna want that Nico on the track.
Shalobi says, "Need to work on that accent, Scotty."
I'll work on my accent. In the meantime, we'll just watch some Devils hockey. I try to just basically impersonate every Guy Ritchie movie character. That's my impersonation of a British accent. So it's probably not very good. Not probably. It's definitely not very good. Shalomi says that Christopher Walken is better. Say bottle. I said bottle, Max. I said bottle. I like saying the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. That's my favorite thing to say with my British accent. And if you want to sound British, take the word my and change it to me. I'm going to tie me shoes.
Is this how you're going to drag a 3-hour Devils After Dark?
Oh, Ariel's saying I should stick with the Walken as well. Oh, man. Yeah, I have bad. I'm the king of bad impersonations. And Sam is the king of the football calls. JP, I got kicked out of Abbey Road Studios. Very nice. Oh. Take yourself up the apple and pears. Oh, the stairs. Yep, there you go. Steven thought I said butthole instead of bottle. That's a bottle, Steven. A bottle. Gonna go watch some football on the pitch. That's a soccer field, Samu, the pitch. Samu was just like, end this End this already. It's almost 2 a.m, Scott.
I got a cameo
man,
request. This is great.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
This is the worst episode of the UK Office ever. Oh, man. If you've never seen that, highly recommend the Ricky Gervais Office. I think it's only like it's only like 2 seasons or 3. I think it's only 2 seasons before old Michael Scott took over here in the States. I love the little back and forth Ricky Gervais has with Steve Carell about the Emmy and stuff, or the Golden Globe. I can't remember which one it was that he won. He's like, "Oh, where'd you get that idea from?" All right. I'm all in on Tanev. I think that would be an insanely huge help to this team. Goaltending, man, I would say either you bring in someone that you know is not going to be here next year, Band-Aid style, like a Halak. I think he's still out there, right? Because I think someone I think non-tendered him. There's got to be like a veteran goaltender like that that's not signed up long term, or you go for the money and you try and bring in Saros with a big deal. That's what I say. Do you trade Akira Schmid for Saros? I mean, Saros is what is he, 28? I mean, you got someone who's right there in his prime goaltending, ready to go. Might make some of these 6-5 games 6-3, 6-4. He's not going to be able to stop everything the way the defense is, but you know, he's an elite goaltender. Jake Allen instead of Halak. Okay, there you go. That's another one too. Jake Allen. Yep. Steven, I see you too. Yeah, that's fine. Someone like that. Someone along those lines. I just pulled Halak out of thin air. But if you want to go big time, you go and try and get Saros. Tanev, I think, is a no-brainer. And we're going to be in Calgary this weekend. So we're going to see it up front in person. Hopefully Toronto doesn't try to steal him beforehand. And yeah, Akira Schmid could be good. But I think Saros is already there. There's no waiting with UC Saros right now. He is set and ready to roll. Kira Schmid still needs some seasoning. Nico Daw still needs some seasoning. We know Vitek Vanacek isn't the long-term answer. So that's who, what for Tanev? Well, hell's bells, Ronaldo. I mean, based on what they gave away Zadorov for, a 3rd rounder and a 5th. You know, price has been set.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think you really have to. You don't think you have to give away anyone, you know, really.
Yeah, no, maybe a 5th rounder and Brendan Smith. That'll get it done. And then they'll put him on waiver wire, and then we'll get him back again. Just like Nathan Bastian, kind of.
Yeah, so that's what I say. A goaltender, either you go for the bigs, you go for the money with Saros. You're not going to spend all of it on Hellebuck. You know, that ship has sailed. But Saros is at that point where he might be available with Nashville being who they are. And with a new coach, our old friend, Andrew Burnett, and now Barry Trotz taking over as GM, he may want to rebuild a little bit. You can probably, you know, get away. I mean, maybe you can package up Akira Schmid and another prospect or something for Saros. Tanev, though, like, I don't know. That market's been set with that Zadorov trade, I feel like. And If we move Dougie to long term, we should have plenty of money. Supernova wants to extend a Smith extension. Is that on the ice or is that up in the 200 concession stands making chicken tendies? Which one is that? Which one are we extending on? Hey, there's old buddy Craig Best. Undercooked Brett Smith and the undercooked chicken nuggets at the Rock. John, what are you saying there, John? I must have missed it.
I'm going back.
Another goaltender? Yeah, I'm fine for if you want to try any of those more veteran goaltenders who aren't going to be locked in for a number of years. Anyone that's got an expiring contract for this year, if you don't want to go for the gold, then that's where you go. And you try to ride whoever gets hot for a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. We can look into Jamie. We can look into all of them. And I'm sure Tom Fitzgerald is doing that because he sees that the goaltending is definitely a weak spot on this team. And so is the defense. I think the Devils 100% should bring in Tanev. Oh, you're saying Alexiak. Right. He's okay.
He can clog up the passing lanes.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting myself a little. What's his?
You're getting a Kevin Ball size with reach.
Oh, he's on Seattle, right?
Yeah.
6'7". He's only he's 30 years old. He's got only his salary is only 1.95. That can't be correct. Let me go to Cap Friendly here. Just check out the Kraken here real quick before we wrap things on up for our true Devils After Dark late night edition. It's still Tuesday by me, by the way. If you're unaware.
Really?
It is. It's only almost 11 o'clock, Sam Wu.
And we've still got a lot of people on. Live
listeners. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come on down and hang out. Alexiak he's got 3 more years left and a no trade. Yeah. Oh, okay. I know he wasn't at 1.9. He's at 4.6. He's 30 years old. You would have him then until he's 33. See, Tanev is this year and next, and then he's done. That's a tough one. That is a tough one right there. But it's good food for thought. I'm not sure how Fitzy would feel about the longer-term contracts like that. And we know Tanev wants out of Calgary because he said so. And we do happen to have a former Flame on our team in one Tyler Toffoli. And I think everyone can see the writing on the wall that this team needs a little help defensively and a little bit better goaltending. And who knows what their record would be right now. Yeah. But either way, these are all good. I like all these thoughts. I like where we're going here. Well, I mean, we know why it's not happening right now, Joseph Lanham. Because the goaltending is suspect and so is the defense. And we talked about this with Kevin Ball, Luke Hughes, now Nemec's up there. Those are young kids that need to develop still. There's going to be mistakes. And we know Dougie Hamilton isn't the king of shutdown defense. Siegenthaler is probably better suited at a number 2. Right there with Marino. And we know Brendan Smith is nonstop in the penalty box. Colin Miller, another stopgap. That's why. We're waiting for these three to develop. So we shall see what happens. We're going to do this all over again Thursday night, even later.
Mm-hmm.
And this was by Sam Wu's request. The game is going to start at 7:30 my time. That's 10:30 out in New Jersey land. 10:30 Eastern time. By request of Sam Wu. Like we said, where there's a Wu, there's a way.
That's right.
But we're going to be talking about hopefully another win when the Devils visit the Seattle Kraken Thursday night. And I'm excited. I want to see this team continue to play well. It's a nice rebound after the Sharks game. This one was very, very close to slipping away again, like we've seen them do in some other games, and they went and they grabbed it right back. And it was one of their big guns out there getting the job done. With Jesper Bratt and Nico Hischier on the assist. You get Jack and Luke racking up the points. Jack got 3 points again. Luke with that power play goal. Timo Meyer, I think Timo is still a little injured there. He doesn't look really 100% yet.
Yeah.
Got to get him going.
I'm not going to harp on Timo.
We'll give him a little bit longer.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't seem like he's 100% yet. So we'll give him a little bit more time. But Dawson Mercer, got to keep him going. Holtzy, got to keep him growing. The team's coming along. Let's just hope we don't go into that December lull like we have the past couple years. But yeah. Seattle, Thursday night. I hope to see all of you out there. 33 points in 18 games. That's right, JP. Jack Hughes. Can't wait to see you all again. Hopefully talking about a Devils W. Going to turn it over to Sam Wu for the final goodbyes.
Want to thank all those tuning in, dropping the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of our podcast pages in about 20 minutes. Till next time, let's go Devils.